Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're doing our March mid-month tarot card reading, and it will cover March 15th through the 31st, 2026 for all the fire signs. So that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's see what's going on for all you fire signs for this upcoming 2 weeks, last of half of March. See what's going on. So I have to check before I do these videos, see if there's, 30 or 31 days in the month before I do them. It's, some months are different. If you have not yet hit subscribe button, please do so. That way you'll get future videos I put out and you won't miss any, because I will be doing a special video coming out. It'll be the spring one they'll cover the whole 3 months of spring, the spring equinox video. I try to do one for every season. It's one of my special ones that I do. And then I do other special ones, but that's the one that's coming up. And as always, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And hit that like button. So this goes out to other fire signs that need to see this message. That way, when you hit the like button, it sends it out to more people. The more likes it gets, the more it goes out to more people. So that way, other people get to see this information. So let's see what's going on for the second half of March. What is the energy for the fire signs for March 15th through 31st, 2026? What is the energy for the fire signs? Okay. So let's see what's going on. All right, we've got the Seven of Cups. We got a Knight of Cups, the Hermit. Okay, Seven of Swords. Let me try to get this so it fits on here. Move the Knight of Swords. Okay. Ten of Wands. Ooh, okay. And the Seven of Wands. So coming into the middle of March, fire signs, I feel like you've been isolating. You've been kind of like spending a lot of time solo, keeping to yourself a good bit, basically being a hermit. Not maybe going out as much as you used to with friends and family, just kind of hanging around the house a little more than you used to. But I feel like you needed some time away from people, is what I'm hearing, just to kind of be by yourself a little bit. But you're following your inner knowing. So see how he's got that lantern in front of him. So this is in the past. You've been kind of hermiting in the past and like following your inner knowing. So you've been in that mode. And part of the reason why in the past, fire signs, you've been like that is because you're contemplating and you're thinking, is what I'm hearing, but also because this is your current energy. So you're kind of confused about something. You're not sure what to do. You've been thinking, you've been pondering, and there could be a sense of procrastination because you're not sure what to do. Because, sometimes if you don't know which way to go, you just won't go anyway. And you'll just stay there and kind of procrastinate. But there's definitely a level of confusion going on that you're in. And it looks like there's a level of confusion because there's an offer coming in. And this is current energy. So maybe it hasn't come in yet, but maybe it's come in and it's kicked you into this kind of like, I have to think about it, confused. And and it very well could be a love offer that's coming in or has come in. Now, I'm also sensing that, okay, part of the reason why you've been kind of keeping to yourself and thinking and kind of being a hermit and not doing as much, like the confusion could just be right now, but it's like you weren't really ready. Maybe you had ended a relationship not that long ago and you're just kind of recovering from it and you don't really feel like, being around people or, dating or anything like that. So you've been kind of keeping to yourself. And then this offer comes in and it's like, boom, puts you in this kind of confused state, like, whoa, what's going on? I don't know if I want to do this, and now you're like, oh, I got to think about it. What do I want to do? Am I interested in getting back in a relationship with somebody? Could very well be somebody from the past, like that's coming back around, and they're giving you like a new improved offer, and you're like, whoa, I don't know. And I strongly feel like this is somebody from the past because of this card, because of the other cards I see here too. But so it's like there's been some strategic planning going on here on your end. It's like maybe you ended a relationship because things weren't going well, and this person was kind of like, I don't want to say sneaky, but see how he's taking off with those swords and he's kind of looking over his shoulder like he's being sneaky. I feel like the person that maybe you were dealing with or that you got out of a relationship with, it wasn't very healthy. And they were like kind of a sneaky person, kind of sly. Like there was a lot of stuff going on. Maybe they were into things that you didn't know about and you found out about them. Like they had, stuff going on that you weren't aware of, and you find out about it, and you decided to, like, okay, I'm gonna like get out of this. But it did involve some strategic planning on your end to get out of it too. So it's like you kind of plan to end the relationship. And that's, why you could have been very well have been in hermit mode. So maybe this person's coming around with another, offer, or basically, they might even apologize, and then, trying to entice you to kind of come back, and it puts you back, puts you into this type of mode. Maybe they're saying they changed, they're not sneaky anymore, or maybe you caught them doing something red-handed and that kind of ended the relationship. um yeah, I definitely, I really am feeling like this could be a new person that you don't know yet. you know it could be someone new coming in with a love offer, but I'm really feeling like it's a recycle. It's like somebody from the past that you broke up with that's coming back around, and they're trying to like win you back over. Oh, I've changed, I don't do sneaky sly things anymore, that kind of stuff. And you're like, but you're kind of confused because you still kind of have feelings for this person. So that kind of makes you confused. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship that isn't good. It's not always bad, right? There's parts of it that aren't bad. But unfortunately, the bad parts end up overplaying the good parts, and that's why you have to get out of that situation. But there's sometimes they're wonderful and you get along great and you have a good time, and it's not like every time you're around them, or that they're doing things that are shady or sneaky. It's like it could be that, and that's why it kind of throws you in this confusion, because it very well could have feelings for this person still. And and if you're a good person, it's like, yeah, you really want to give people a second chance, and so there's that part of it too. You might be tempted to like give them a second chance. And this is in the current energy I have for you, fire signs. So this is like happening the second half of March. So that's the current energy. This is like all happening now. All happening now. And if it is a person from your past, which I feel like in this situation it is, and this resonates with you, that's kind of why you were in hermit mode. It's kind of like you were healing from what happened in the past and kind of keeping to yourself, kind of like just taking your time to heal from it. But in the near future, you're going to have truth come in, and it's going to come in fast. See how that horse is like galloping, and you can see how the wind is blowing the trees there real fast, real hard. It's like it comes in fast and furious is what I call it. But you're going to have some truth, some like knowledge words or thoughts, knowledge coming in. Some truth's going to come in about this person that came to you with the offer, which I think is a person, I'm feeling it's like a person from the past. And there's going to be some truth that's going to come in. So this hasn't happened yet. This is like in the near future. It's coming in, but it hasn't happened yet. So you might be like right now in this state of confusion because this person's like, trying to give you this cup, this offer, and you're like, and they're saying all the right things, right? Trying to win you back. And you're like, I don't know. And you're kind of confused about it. But boom, it's like this truth going to come out of nowhere because it's going to come in fast. And it's like, it's going to help you to make the decision. And what your decision is going to be is to let it go. Because you're going to end the cycle. If this is a past person, you're definitely going to end the cycle with this person. You're like, you're going to decide, nope, I'm not going to go another round with this person. You're just going to close out the cycle because I feel like it hasn't been a really great experience with this person. Like it hasn't been a good relationship. And, they're trying to hoover around you, but you decide to like let it go. And part of it too is in the past with this person, you felt defensive around this person. Like you had to stand up for yourself. Maybe this person trampled on your boundaries that you would set up. Like you would try to put up boundaries and they would just totally disrespect them. And then just, you're constantly feeling like you had to defend yourself and stand up to this person. Which is exhausting. Like who wants to be in a relationship like that where you feel like you have to be on the defensive all the time, but you felt that way with this person. So you're going to ultimately end up deciding to just end like you're not going to go back to this person. You're going to reject the cup and not take the offer. Now, if this is somebody, say for a few of you, if this is somebody that is brand new in your life that you didn't have a relationship with before, I feel like this would be truth coming in about that, about the situation. So maybe you're confused because in the past you were dealing with, you just got out of ended of a relationship. Like you're confused because you just got out of a relationship, which is why you're in the hermit mode. And in that relationship, like I said, you were defensive, wasn't very healthy. And so you did some strategic planning to get out of it. This new person you've never met before comes in with an offer and you're not sure what to do, but it's like you're going to get in that situation, if it's a new person, you're going to get like some information or some facts or an epiphany or something's going to come in that's going to kick you out of this confusion to help you make a decision whether or not you should accept that cup. Because I feel like what's causing the confusion is because you might not be fully healed from what happened in the past, and you're still kind of hanging on to that past energy. You're still healing from it. There's still like a burden there. And that's what's putting you in this confused state because it's like, well, maybe you want to take the offer, but you don't feel quite ready, to like start dating again. And you're still kind of dealing with the hurt of how you were treated in the past relationship. So it's like you're going to get an epiphany of some kind of what to some truth's going to hit you quickly on, what way to go with this offer, to take it or not take it. And that's if it's somebody new that, that's not someone from your past. So you're going to have to make a decision. So if you are like still trying to heal from a past relationship, you might decide to, okay, well, I'll get to know this person. Maybe we'll, talk to each other and kind of become friends, but maybe you'll kind of delay actually dating, take your time and take it slow is what I'm hearing if it's somebody new, because you need to give yourself time to kind of heal from what happened in the past, because you don't want to drag, past feelings, past hurts, into new relationships, because that's never good. So that's what I have for you, fire signs, for the second half of March. So for the mid-month tarot reading. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.